What is happening, guys? It's King101 here, and welcome to my preview for the 2014 Austrian Grand Prix at the A1 Ring, or actually it's now called the Red Bull Ring in Austria. The Austrian. I think it's around about Central Austria, I think, around about that, as far as I can remember. And the gameplay, as you can probably see, is a brand new track. Well, it was the Red Bull Ring on Gran Turismo 6, and I can upload it. They can't, haven't I? Bloody hell. It's Red Bull Ring on Gran Turismo 6 to mark the first time in 11 years. 11 years since we've last seen an F1 car, F1 race on this track. Mark 11 years. Gran Turismo has released a new update today, Wednesday the 18th of June, to mark it, and including new cars and this new track. This track has been, they've been racing here since the 80s. It's really been on and off. I think it was around about 1997. They stopped going to the, it was I think it was in the 80s, late 80s, they stopped going to this track because it was just too dangerous. Track safety wasn't that good on this track. And as a result of that, they stopped going to it, but then in the 90s they started again, and then in 2003, where Schumacher last 1 year, they stopped going to it, and it's back. So yeah, Schumacher last 1 year, and talking about Schumacher, big news about his retirement, and as I missed that corner up once again, I wasn't even corner, it was bloody straight, and as a restart. Schumacher is well. He got woken up from his coma. I think he's in a hospital near his family home. I'm guessing it's in Germany somewhere. It's pretty good news to hear. And yeah, we hope that he will have a full recovery. So Hungary, it's rather, as you've probably seen with the first few laps of this video, it's a rather fast track. It's quite pretty good elevation changes, and I thought it would be something like Hungary. I mean, looking at the track map and looking at aerial views of it, looks rather narrow. But obviously, since it's aerial views, the road actually looks narrower than it actually is. But it's actually not too bad, but it's just the problem is that because it's so fast, and there's only 8 corners on this track, but the corners are quite tight, some of them are quite tight. And also because of the elevation changes, it makes it quite hard to overtake, because you need a pretty good balance on this track. Because the elevation changes, so unsettles the car. I'm driving the Senna's 1985 Lotus 97T, which I absolutely love the sound of. And it just sounds absolutely epic. What a sound! I just oh man, it's such a beautiful car to drive. Yeah, it's tricky to overtake at, and I think, as far as I can sort of remember, or know, I think Red Bull sort of have a chance here. Well, if they had a 2013 car, because it's quite fast, because this corner pretty much here is the slowest part of the track, and I really made it slower by spinning out there for the millionth time. But yeah, it's a fast track, and don't know what the tire situation would be like. I don't even know what the tires would be like for this weekend. But let's hope that we have a good race. Hopefully we have good strategy balls and knocking us off with good battles throughout the whole grid. Now let's look at some F1 news, shall we? Well, apart from Schumacher's good recovery, there's been pretty good battles between Mercedes drivers. It's sort of like it's sort of like siblings in a family arguing each other, but if they're better than each other, saying like, I'm better than you, no, I'm better than you, no, I am better than you, no, I am better than you. It's a huge argument, because Rosberg says he has the psychological and mental edge over Lewis Hamilton, but Hamilton says that he will catch up to Rosberg, and I think this will just come to an extremely titanic end to the season. Both Mercedes drivers battling out for the championship, and I think this will be probably one of the best title title fights that I've seen in quite some time actually in Formula One. Probably the last one was in uh, well, 2012 actually, so it wasn't actually it wasn't a long time ago. It was only like a year, 2 years ago. But yeah, I'll be interested to see the Mercedes and if Red Bull can catch up with them. And people are saying, oh, it's Red Bull track, or they'll have the perfect car for them. They can practice whenever they like, but even though it's their own track, they still have to follow the same rules and regulations in terms of testing that other teams have. Technically, they can do. People say more, but media days and that this track. That means that they can have some help. Yeah, they can, but technically they are cars from older years. I think when Gerhard Berger, however we say it, Berger, he and Sebastian Vettel went on this track, his promotion. Sebastian Vettel went in his, I think it was 2012 Red Bull. But I think you can't really cheat with testing with old cars anymore, because they're completely different. The engines are different, aerodynamically they're different, and yeah, it's the different power and different aerodynamics, so they can't really sort of match them, use them as sort of like a good guide to see how they can develop the car. And yes, I'll be interested to see what happens this weekend. Before, when I was practicing to get used to this track, I used a low downforce setup because I was using the Root X, Special Root X, was like the 10-kilometer long oval in Gran Turismo and GT6, just to see how fast this car would go. I think it went 220 miles an hour. I managed to get this car too. And I used the same setup on this track, and I was understeering like hell. So I put my gears, because I put all my gears up to max, so better acceleration, lower downforce, increase my ride height all the way down, and just all over the place in this track. So put it all back to default apart from ride height, and it performed a treat. So I think medium downforce is very good on this track, not too low. Well, I'm driving a 1980s F1 car right now, so you can't really see what I'm saying right now is actually going to help current teams in the current F1 cars, but I don't know. We'll see anyway. It'll be interesting to see what the teams do. We haven't raced this track in 11 years, as I said at the start of this video. We don't know what the cars will be like. It'll be pretty interesting to see. I think we'll have quite a bit of oversteering moments because of the torque of the F1 the turbos are producing now. And this track is quite fast, and as we've seen in Australia, like really be massive and full throttle in that left hander going into third sector. He had a huge tank slapper, and I think we could see this quite a lot this weekend because the drivers will be tempted to floor it right to the pedal to the metal. But when they do this, the car will just oversteer like mad, because it's just the gears are spinning because of the turbo kicking in. So yeah, quickly on Sebastian Vettel, he's been told to raise his game. It's pretty interesting for a four-time world champion to say that. And we shall see what he does to stop his new teammate Daniel Ricciardo go ahead of him in the championship. So that is the end of this video, guys. Thanks for watching. This has been GT5K 101, and I shall see you there.